Hi everybody, Alex Torren here for the Kent County Democratic Party, and today I am with Washtenaw County Prosecutor Eli Savit. Eli, how are you?
I am great. Thanks for being here with me.
So you are running for Attorney General
I am.
in the Democratic primary.
Yep.
And in Michigan that looks a little different. You're not on the ballot in August. You are at the convention.
Correct.
And that is happening in Detroit, right?
Detroit, April 19th.
And so what does that process look like in this race?
Yeah, so if you want to have a voice in who are nominees for not just Attorney General, but Secretary of State, University Boards of Regents, Supreme Court are going to be, you got to show up at convention on April 19th in Detroit in person. Now, anybody can show up so long as they are registered with the Democratic Party, which you can do free of charge by March 20th, though. That's a deadline. That's a deadline to register. So March 20th, if you want to get to the free registration form, go to michiganders.vote, and that'll redirect you there. So we're just encouraging people to sign up and then to show up because we want people's voices to be heard at the convention.
And in your experience over there in Washtenaw County, is there anything that you have achieved that you're proud of that you would take into the office of Attorney General with you?
Absolutely. One thing that I'm incredibly proud to have started in Washtenaw County is the only economic justice unit in a prosecutor's office in the entire state. This focuses specifically on consumer and worker protection. Look, very frequently in our justice system, harm that is done to us by corporations goes unaddressed. And we said we've got to do something about that. So we started an economic justice unit which specifically focuses on things like wage theft, bosses stealing from their workers, consumer scams, and we've stopped scams targeting our seniors. We've gone up against corporate slumlords from out of state that are really taking advantage of people in our community. And that's something that I intend to bring to the Attorney General's office as well. The Attorney General ultimately represents the people of the state of Michigan, and I think there's no more important work for the Attorney General to do than to stand for the people when they're being taken advantage of by powerful, predatory corporations.
And on that note, you are one of several candidates in this race.
Mm-hmm.
What positions you as the best candidate to win this general election come November?
Look, I think it's the breadth of my experience. I am a county prosecutor, so is my competitor in this race. But what I also bring to the table is before I was elected prosecutor, I did public interest and civil rights work. I led the city of Detroit's lawsuit against the opioid epidemic. I led the city's legal efforts in the right to literacy lawsuit on behalf of Detroit kids, which challenged Betsy DeVos-inspired policies that had really decimated our schools. I've been a practicing environmental lawyer. I've sued successfully corporate polluters like DuPont and Shell and Exxon and Chemours. I've done voter protection and voting rights work, working with the Michigan Democratic Party and the ACLU. Started my legal career working for the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the U.S. Supreme Court. I know how the federal court system works. I know how the Supreme Court works. And I think it's the breadth of experience, the environmental, consumer, worker protection, civil rights, and criminal law that makes me the best candidate for this position at this time.
Voters are concerned about the presidential administration's overreach into our state. As Attorney General, how would you fight against the Trump administration?
Yeah, so look, this is the issue for our next Attorney General, at least for the next 2 years, right? Up until hopefully we get a new president in 2029. When the Trump administration violates the law, which they do regularly, and harms the people of the state of Michigan, the state attorney general is the only position in the state that can go to court on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan and sue this administration. I intend to do that, just as Dana Nessel has been doing. These cases are really important. As a result of Dana Nessel's lawsuits against the Trump administration, over $2 billion that would have otherwise been cut for our state has flowed back into our coffers. But I also want to take a lead role in challenging the Trump administration's rollbacks of environmental protections. Stand up to ICE and the civil rights violations that we are seeing, because when we're seeing this illegal stuff happening on the street, harming Michiganders, that's precisely where the AG should be playing a lead role in standing up against it. And make no mistake, I will fight tooth and nail against this administration in court.
Eli, thank you.
Thank you.